that there comes a moment in every life when emotions become louder than logic, heavier than truth, and stronger than our ability to think clearly. We all experience fear, anger, sadness, frustration, and confusion, but what separates a strong person from a collapsing one is not the absence of emotions. It is the mastery of them. When you learn to master your emotions before they control you, you gain control over your choices, your reactions, your relationships, and ultimately your entire life. Emotional mastery is not about suppressing how you feel. It is about understanding why you feel it. It is about learning the art of pausing before reacting, thinking before speaking, and observing before acting. Life becomes easier, clearer, and more powerful when you no longer allow your emotions to drag you into chaos. Emotions are messages, not commands, and when you learn to interpret them instead of obeying them blindly, you change everything. When life pushes you down, when situations feel too heavy to carry, and when the world seems to be moving faster than your courage, there is one truth that remains unshaken. The power of rising every single day, no matter how exhausted you are, no matter how confused you feel, and no matter how slow your progress seems. Rising again is not just an action, it is a declaration of strength. A statement that says, I refuse to give up, even when your heart is tired and your mind is full of doubts. Every morning gives you a fresh beginning, a clean page, and a quiet invitation to rewrite your story with a stronger mindset and a deeper sense of purpose. You must understand that success is not built in big moments. It grows in small decisions, small habits, small steps, and small commitments that you repeat consistently. Waking up with intention is the first victory of your day. And even if the rest of the day feels chaotic, stressful, or unproductive, that first decision already sets you apart from the version of yourself that once hesitated. The moment you choose discipline over excuses, progress over procrastination, and courage over comfort, you begin shaping a life that is aligned with your dreams rather than your fears. Most people think they need motivation before they can act, but the truth is action comes first and motivation comes later. When you move, take steps, and show up, your mind follows your behavior and begins to believe that you are capable, deserving, and strong. This is why rising every day is more than a habit. It is a psychological transformation, a way of telling your inner self that you are committed to growth. You will have days when nothing goes right, days when everything feels slow, days when progress seems invisible, but these days are not failures. They are necessary training grounds where resilience is built. Character is shaped and strength is sharpened. Every time you rise after falling, every time you restart after stopping, and every time you stand back up after breaking, you increase your inner power, your ability to endure, and your capacity to achieve. You must protect your mornings because they shape your mindset for the rest of the day. Wake up with clarity, with purpose, with gratitude, and with the belief that you can handle whatever comes your way. Your mornings should not be filled with stress, noise, and confusion. They should be filled with intention, calmness, and determination. If you start your day right, the rest of the day becomes easier to control. Remember that your journey is not about perfection. It is about persistence, not about speed, but direction, not about avoiding pain, but growing through it. When you rise every day with the mindset of improvement, even by 1%, you begin transforming your life from the inside out. Greatness is not a sudden achievement. It is a small spark that becomes a flame through consistent daily effort. Rising every day is your first promise to yourself, your first commitment to your future, your first step toward becoming the person you dream to be. No matter how hard yesterday was, no matter how slow progress seems today, and no matter how uncertain tomorrow feels, rise anyway, stand anyway, move anyway, because the universe responds to those who refuse to stop. Motivation feels good. It excites you, inspires you, energizes you, but it is temporary, unstable, emotional, and unpredictable. One day it is strong, the next day it disappears completely, leaving you confused and unprepared. This is why the people who build strong, successful, meaningful lives do not rely on motivation, they rely on discipline. The quiet force that shows up even when you don't feel like it, the strength that pushes you forward even when you are tired, the commitment that keeps you moving when motivation fails. Discipline is not exciting, it is not glamorous, and it is not always enjoyable, but it is the one thing that guarantees long-term success. When you build discipline, you build a mindset that does not depend on mood or emotion, but on commitment and habit. Discipline is choosing what you want the most over what you want right now, choosing progress over comfort, choosing growth over distraction, and choosing long-term purpose over short-term pleasure. Many people wait for the perfect moment to start changing their lives, but perfect moments never come. Life will always be messy, busy, unpredictable, and full of reasons to delay your growth. Discipline means starting even when the timing is not perfect, pushing forward even when conditions are not ideal, and showing up even when you don't feel ready. It is the act of taking responsibility for your own life rather than waiting for circumstances to become easier. When you develop discipline, your entire life changes because discipline shapes your habits and your habits shape your destiny. Whether it is waking up early, working out, studying, improving your skills, building your career, or healing your emotional wounds, discipline is the foundation that holds everything together. Motivation gets you excited, but discipline gets you results. Discipline does not require you to be perfect. It asks you to be consistent. You don't have to do everything at once. You just have to do something every day. Small progress repeated consistently becomes big progress over time. A small discipline action today will matter more than a big motivated action once a year. Discipline strengthens your self-respect because every time you keep a promise you made to yourself, your confidence grows, your belief in yourself deepens, and your trust in your own abilities becomes stronger. When you prove to yourself that you can be disciplined, you stop depending on others for validation and direction, and you begin creating your own path with clarity and purpose. Life rewards the disciplined, not the emotional, because discipline gives you stability in an unstable world, direction in a confusing world, strength in a challenging world, and control in a chaotic world. When you master discipline, you master your mind, and when you master your mind, you master your future. Pain is one of the greatest teachers you will ever meet, even though it arrives uninvited, stays longer than expected, and hurts more than you think you can handle. Pain breaks you in places you never imagined, but it also awakens parts of you that you never knew existed. When you learn to transform your pain into power, you unlock a strength that cannot be shaken, a resilience that cannot be destroyed, and a mindset that cannot be defeated. Most people try to run from pain, numb it, hide it, or deny it, but the truth is, pain does not disappear when ignored, it grows. But when faced with courage, it transforms. Pain becomes knowledge, mistakes become lessons, heartbreak becomes wisdom, failure becomes experience, and struggle becomes strength. Your pain has the ability to shape you into a wiser, stronger, more compassionate human being if you allow yourself to grow through it rather than collapse under it. Every painful experience carries a message, a lesson, a reminder, or a shift that your life needs. When something breaks you, it is often because something within you needs to awaken, release, or evolve. Pain forces you to stop, reflect, question, and rebuild, exposes your limits, but it also expands them. It challenges your beliefs, but it also refines them. It brings darkness, but it also teaches you how to create your own light. Pain teaches patience because healing takes time and growth cannot be rushed. Pain teaches strength because surviving your worst moments proves you are stronger than you realized. Pain teaches gratitude because it makes you appreciate peace, joy, and stability in ways you never did before. Pain teaches empathy because once you have suffered, you understand the suffering of others more deeply. Turning pain into power requires courage. It requires facing your emotions instead of burying them, accepting your scars instead of hiding them, and forgiving yourself for the things you did not understand at the time. It means taking control of your story instead of allowing your wounds to control you. You cannot change your past, but you can use it as fuel for your future. When you allow pain to empower you, everything changes. You become more resilient, more focused, more grounded, and more aware of your strength. You learn to protect your peace, choose better people, set stronger boundaries, and create a life that aligns with your worth. The moments that broke you are the same moments that build the strongest version of you. Remember, your pain is not a prison, it is a pathway, a passage into a better, stronger version of yourself. You survived what you thought would destroy you, and that means you are capable of surviving anything ahead. Pain is temporary, but the power you gain from it is permanent. Becoming your highest self is not about perfection. It is about evolution, alignment, clarity, and intentional growth. It is about choosing the version of you that is disciplined, focused, peaceful, confident, and committed to becoming better every day. Your highest self is not someone far away. Your highest self is already within you, waiting for you to remove the fear, doubt, distraction, and noise that keep you from reaching your true potential. To become your highest self, you must learn to silence the world and listen to your inner voice, the quiet, steady voice that knows what you want, who you are, and where you belong. This voice becomes louder when you begin creating habits that support your growth instead of sabotaging it. Your highest self comes alive when you stop living for others and start living for your purpose. You cannot step into your highest identity while holding on to old excuses, old habits, old environments, and old beliefs. Growth requires letting go of the people who drain you, the routines that weaken you, the thoughts that limit you, and the fears that slow you down. Becoming your highest self is an act of courage because it demands transformation, and transformation demands discomfort. You will outgrow versions of yourself, mindsets you once believed in, and people you once needed. This is not loss. This is elevation. Growth requires space, and sometimes that space comes from letting go of what no longer aligns with where you are going. Your highest self chooses peace over approval, progress over perfection, purpose over pressure. Becoming your highest self means protecting your energy, controlling your reactions, mastering your emotions, and taking responsibility for the direction of your life. You stop blaming circumstances and start creating opportunities. You stop waiting and start working. You stop doubting and start believing. Your highest self operates from strength, not fear, from clarity, not confusion, from intentional choices, not emotional impulses. Your highest self is disciplined because it understands the value of consistency. It is focused because it knows distractions are costly. It is grateful because gratitude opens doors that negativity keeps closed. It is resilient because it understands that challenges are part of evolution. It is patient because greatness takes time, and it is confident because it trusts the process and trusts itself. Every day, you have a choice to honor your highest self or settle for your lowest one. When you choose to wake up early, work on your goals, take care of your health, protect your mind, and surround yourself with positivity, you align yourself with the version of you that is capable of extraordinary things. Your highest self is not built overnight. It is built daily through habits, decisions, mindset shifts, and self-respect. Remember, the person you want to become already exists within you. You just need to remove everything that is holding you back. every disciplined choice, every healed wound, every productive day. And every moment of self-awareness takes you one step closer to your highest version. Becoming your highest self is the greatest gift you can give to your future. Success is not something you chase. It is something you develop within yourself through mindset, habits, discipline, emotional control, and unwavering belief. The mindset of success is not built in comfort. It is built through challenge, patience, consistency, and a relentless desire to become better than you were yesterday. When you master your mind, you master your life, because your thoughts shape your reality and your reality shapes your future. The mindset of success begins with clarity. You must know what you want, why you want it, and what you are willing to do to achieve it. Without clarity, you drift. With clarity, you move with purpose and intention. Successful people are not lucky, they are focused, determined, and disciplined. They understand that growth requires sacrifice, that dreams require work, and that progress requires consistency. Success is less about what you do and more about how you think. A successful mindset believes in progress even when results are slow, believes in consistency even when motivation fades, and believes in discipline even when comfort calls. Your mind must be stronger than your excuses, louder than your doubts, and more committed than your fears. Most people fail not because they are incapable, but because they quit mentally long before they quit physically. Your mindset determines how you respond to challenges. Weak mindsets break when life becomes difficult, but strong mindsets adapt, learn, and rise. When you face failure with curiosity instead of shame, you grow. When you face setbacks with strategy instead of panic, you evolve. When you face stress with calmness instead of chaos, you gain control. Success requires emotional intelligence, mental strength, and the ability to stay steady even in storms. The mindset of success also requires gratitude, because gratitude expands your perspective, strengthens your patience, and deepens your resilience. When you appreciate the small wins, bigger wins follow. When you stay grateful even during struggle, you stay grounded and focused. Gratitude protects you from negativity, comparison, and burnout. Another part of a successful mindset is environment. The people around you affect your thoughts, energy, and decisions. You cannot grow in soil that does not nourish you. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who push you higher, and who believe in possibility instead of limitation. Your environment shapes your mindset, and your mindset shapes your future. Success requires long-term vision. You must think beyond today, beyond this week, beyond this month. You must be willing to build patiently, persistently, and intelligently. Success is not a sudden event. It is the reward of daily effort, daily learning, daily improvement, and daily discipline. It is earned in silence long before it is celebrated in public. When you master the mindset of success, obstacles become opportunities, failures become teachers, delays become preparation, and challenges become stepping stones. You begin to see life differently, approach goals differently, and handle difficulties differently. Success becomes a natural outcome of who you are becoming, not just what you are doing. This entire journey, from rising every day to building discipline, to transforming pain, to becoming your highest self, and mastering the mindset of success, leads to one powerful truth. You are capable of becoming someone extraordinary. You are capable of rebuilding your life, rewriting your story, and designing a future that reflects your courage, not your fear. Everything you want begins with you, your decisions, your habits, your mindset, and your willingness to rise every single day, no matter how slow, tired, or broken you feel. The person you dream to become is not far away. It is a version of you that is built daily through discipline, clarity, resilience, and intentional growth. You have survived so much, you have learned so much, and you have grown through things you once thought would break you. Now it is time to rise stronger, think deeper, work harder, and believe louder. Your life is not defined by your past, but by the choices you make today and the mindset you carry moving forward. Choose discipline, choose strength, choose clarity, choose yourself. The world may try to slow you down, but nothing can stop a person who refuses to quit. You are rising, you are evolving, you are becoming unstoppable.